Hello everybody, Gerone Wright here once again, and once again you're joining me on my Gerone Wright YouTube channel here on YouTube. Okay, I'm going to be bringing you another amazing video through my paranormal experience and encounter, which allows me to bring to you information about our ancestors, which I can realize through a genuine paranormal experience and encounter. When images like this come up and stone structures that I can see, I go into it in a sense where I'm naturally drawn into it, paranormally linked in a way, you know what I mean? Like I'm called upon to identify this and bring these images and the realization of what actually happened with our ancestors and how mankind truly came to be. Okay? In doing this, I'm going to give you some amazing information here in this video, which is going to absolutely be mind-boggling. I'm going to try to make this video as short and sweet as possible, okay? Because long and drawn-out videos seem to I tend to lose my viewers. So therefore, I'm going to try to make it short and sweet. If my pronunciation is off in what I described, I stand corrected, okay? This here location is of the Winnemucca Lake, okay? The Winnemucca Lake, okay? In Nevada. It's a stone structure. In fact, it's a stone structure near Winnemucca Lake in Nevada. Okay? This is a stone structure, and it actually got recognized because it has glyphs on it. Okay? What I've discovered about this is that there's more to this than what you can ever meet the eye. And there's some people that actually know what this represents. Okay? With this structure put back together, and I'm going to come to the other side. It's obvious what this is. As soon as I saw this, as soon as I started seeing these structures, I knew exactly what they were. These squares. These are actually the square blocks or the square that defining tones of that of a shell of a turtle. Okay, when you look at this image, you can actually even see in some areas. I'm going to show you some of the other images that I have where this amazing find is the rock formation of a turtle, showing you also other existences that actually came out of the turtle. The amazing connection that I'm going to make with this is if you come down here, come in closer down here. As you will see right here, this is the head of an Olmec individual. The Olmec individual head is embodied with that of the shell of the turtle. The Olmec's eye is right there, the left eye, the right eye is here. There's the nostrils, the two nostrils. There's the open mouth, and almost like a cleft lip, top lip of the Olmec, and there's the Olmec's chin. The entire Olmec's head is right there, showing you that he came from the body of the turtle. What's even more amazing about this is I'm going to take you to the Olmec's right now. What's even more amazing about this there's the Olmec's head. I don't know if you can see the other ones up here. Is that this positively identifies these objects on the Olmec's heads as being the shell of a turtle. That's what's being described with the Olmec's. In my other video, I showed this Olmec here as looking like a reptilian, and being that one with the reptilian, I actually described it as being next. You ever see the movie, the 1940 release movie? I think it was the 60s movie, The Creature from the Black Lagoon, or the Gill Man. This creature here has the reptilian face of that. It's my position that the Olmec people evolved through a genetic bridging sequence with that of the turtle, and they're symbolically wearing this helmet, this shell, for the reason that they evolved with that substance, that element, to their features. And this is what this is all about. There are other images. I'm going to see if I can get that up. Where we get a side shot. Here goes some more here. See that, people? Look at this. Get a close look at this. Look at this here. This Olmec head. Over here, you can see where these Olmecs are shown appearing almost as an African ancestor before being genetically changed. See this? It's amazing that you have Africans, and they're showing African, well, there's some other people there, African Americans, it seems like to be there. But you can see the resemblance of these beings with that of Africans and a cross between reptilians. There's something else that I want to show you about that. Look at these images, people. It's my position that these are turtle shells. They're indicating features of them being crossed over with a turtle. Now there's also something here with this thing going in the ear. You can't see it there. I want to get a clearer picture. And I'm going to show you something about that. Let me get you a picture where one of these guys have something going in their ear. Okay, I don't have it here, and rather than waste valuable time, well, hold on, we might have one coming up. I want to get a side view of one of these guys with that object going in their ear. Okay, maybe I have it on my download side. Look at this here, people. You see this, the way this is coming down on the head there? You see this object here with the ear? I'm going to bring in another one because you actually see an object on some of these Olmec heads where they're actually, here's one here. I don't know if you can see that object going in the ear. When you Google this image, you'll see objects going into the ear. Some of them from seemingly under the helmet. It's my position that what that is representing, and I'm going to see if I have those in my Googled images. Oh, here's one right here. You see that object going into the ear, and then you see right there, let ancient alien theorists tell you, they'll probably say that is some type of headgear where they have this transmitting technology where they're wearing headpieces like that of a transmitter for their alien counterparts to come and uplift them into space, you know. But you know what that is? This is representing, if this is the shell, the turtle shell, here's the head. This is a representation of the reproductive organ of the turtle. This is a representation showing you that through the penis of the turtle, which represents reproductive fluids, the penis, and shown going into the ear, showing you that this being, this Olmec, is one embodied with that of the turtle. And this is the reason why from underneath the shell, seemingly, this object is coming and snaking off and going into the ear of that being, showing you an embodiment of one. Through the pineal gland, this is actually a representation that is being made in that with the picture. And that's what is actually being stated, people. Okay, now I'm going to go into my images and I'm going to do some more describing. I'm going to come out of the, look at this Olmec head. Look at this. Look at these heads, people. And I'm going to give you some more details on some of my other stuff that I actually have. Okay. I guess that just about does it. Look. In fact, Look at this. Here's the turtle right here. Look at this, people. I didn't even realize that this rock was out. What is that telling you? There is a turtle there. What are they telling you? That that's a turtle god? What they're telling you is through the genetic body of this creature, through the genetics of this creature, they were able to bridge themselves over and genetically alter themselves through a reptilian state and through a reptilian genetic. And this is what they're telling. Here's one right here with the object in the ear. You see that right there? It's my position that that object is representing, and there's another African looking one there. But this is representing the penile organ of the turtle. If you Google that organ, Google turtle penis, you will see exactly what I'm talking about. Because a turtle's penis is not a pretty sight to look at. And you'll look at the ears of these guys that what I'm telling you, here's another one here that comes around from off the helmet and comes around and goes into the ear. The turtle penile gland, the turtle penis loops and goes in that direction, similar to what we're seeing. It's a mass. It's like a glob, and then with the penis on the end. And I hope that I have some images because I want to show them to you. Here's another one here with the object going into the ear from the helmet. So what does that tell you? That's not no headset or no headphone. People, it's telling you that whatever this helmet is, which I'm telling you is the shell of a turtle, that through that, whatever that is, there's a connection between the helmet and this going into the ear. So the genetics from the helmet is shown telling you that genetically that this person is attached to that. So this is a turtle shell. A turtle shell is attached to its turtle. These people are in the faces with that of being in the likeness of reptilian. A turtle is a reptile. What in the hell is science failing us all together here? Okay, I'm going to click out of this and I'm going to go to my my other images there, and I'm going to give you some more things. Let me go back out. So here I made two connections. This is the shell of a turtle. This being is telling you that he is genetically altered through that of the body of the turtle, the genetics, through a genetic manipulation process that our ancient ancestors have always engaged on each continent. Each civilization of people described which creature that they genetically altered themselves from to further themselves away from their ape and African ancestor. Now, having said that, let me move on. That's that connection, the Olmecs. The next connection, just close the current tab, is the Winnemucca stone structure that describes the same exact thing that I just said. This is a mass of a turtle with other heads on it. I'm going to go back and archive images and show you. But lo and behold, and by the way, lo and behold, my dear friend Kris Daniels was the one that actually told me, not long and behold, as I've been saying, lo and behold, she is the one that actually pointed me in the direction of this amazing discovery. Okay, a lot of us people are drawn to these fascinating and unusual monumental places and don't know why we're drawing there. When I'm drawn to these places, my ancestors let me see through my paranormal experience and encounter what is actually there. So this monument has been there all of this time, and no one has actually seen that this is an Olmec head. Left eye, right eye, his turtle shell on, look, his turtle shell, showing you that this being, there's his mouth, there's his nostril, and there's his full face right there, showing you. All you have to do, people, is Google Winnemucca, Winnemucca Winnemucca rock art. Winnemucca rock art. Go there. You see the partial, desecrated body of a turtle of rock. And there's an Olmec head right there showing you what I just told you about the Olmec people, that from the shell of the turtle came this man, this being. Two connections, people. Two amazing discoveries in Nevada and the other one in Mexico. Nevada, this Winnemucca Lake is this is actually a structure near the Winnemucca Lake. This is the rock art on Winnemucca, whatever the damn this thing is, art on rock art. This is there. The head of the Olmec showing you an embodiment with the shell of a turtle and the face of a man. Okay, people. Let's click out of that, and I want to take you to my images, what I have. And we're going to go to documents. Alright. I'm going to go through these one by one because I have a few of them. Here is an archive image. So let me go, I'm going to go large and then pause. We're going to pause this before I go next. Pause. Here's an archive image. And this is actually the Tufa, it's called the Tufa Tower on the shore of Winnemucca Lake, Nevada. The Tufa Tower, T-U-F-A, Tower, T-O-W-E-R, okay, on the shore of the Winnemucca Lake, Nevada. We're getting a glare. So let me see if I can click that light off and take that glare away. Now, this is an archive image, and this is a U.S. government geological survey image. And look at this, people. It's my position that this creates a body of a turtle. There's other images up in here. One is a reptilian there. There's another head here. In fact, that head, if you go to the image, there's a star in the eye, which represents a symbolization. Go look in the eye. When you Google the image, look in the eye, right there. There's a star right there. Here, there's another being with the face. There's a tooth, nostril, like that of a lion. There's reptilian heads here, nostril, mouth, eye, and other heads in here. I have it drawn out for you. Well, not drawn, but I highlight it. Go into the archive images, and let me see if I can go next. I'm going to go next. I thought it would actually just go. Now, I'm hoping that this will pause automatically. I'm going to pause it. Okay, it's on automatic pause. Here's a turtle. People, there's a turtle. Can I click out of that? Let me exit that. Oh gosh, I didn't mean to do that. Well, you can see that. Let me pull this turtle back up. And, well, why is it so large now? Pause. Oh, come on, people. What am I doing to myself? Back. Pause. Okay, I'm going to leave it like that. Here's the shell of a turtle. Look at this. This is almost like a military helmet if you look at it. But people, this is what is on the Olmec's head pretty much. If you look at it, the shell of a turtle, absent the turtle's head, but the face of these Olmec people, filling it up and showing you that the organ from the turtle's penis is coming back into the ear of that Olmec, showing you that it's no different than if I had this enlarged, like I have a big head. If I had this helmet on my, this turtle shell on my head, if it was large enough, because I got a big head, on my head, imagine me in this picture, my face, and for me to symbolically show that I am one and embodied with the creature's helmet or shell that I am wearing, I have its organ shown in the monument coming down into my ear. What better way to say that me and that creature is one than to have that creature's penis coming into my ear on a stone structure, on a stone monument? This is the message of the Olmec people. I'm going to continue on to next. I have a bunch of pictures here, so I got to keep going. This here is an image of, I'm going to say pause since I brought it up. This is an image of the gill man carrying Wonder Woman. And I don't know how in the hell. Okay, there you go. An image of the gill man carrying the Wonder Woman. This creature appears on the Winnemucca Lake rock art structure. It's there. This creature, and I'm going to show you. This message of the gill man, period, is of a being that a reptilian man that emerged from the waters of our wetlands, okay, in America. And this image here, which is a promotional image, or created by someone, so let's say it's created by someone, is a knowledge based on that they have that this creature evolved through where? America. Wonder Woman represents the red, the white, and the blue. I'm going to go into another image. I'm going to show you. These are the insinuations, the underlying messages, the innuendos that people are sending us through art to mess with our imaginations when they in fact know the truth. This is the message that's being pinged back and forth between those that know reality people. Now, I'm going to go to next because I'm going to show you that gill man. All right. Is this okay? This is that. Let me pause this here. Pause and exit out. Okay. Look at this. This is that rock art structure with the glyphs on it. People, who could not see that these symmetrical lines was the shell of a turtle? Look at that. Look, even the fins. Look how the fins. This would be the fin. Look at this mess. Look. Who could not see that that's what that was? And that man evolved off that creature. You know, it's amazing how structures like this get destroyed. You notice that? Crime scenes. I like to call these crime scenes. Destroyed, completely destroyed. To keep you from seeing the truth on how you genetically came to be. Crime scenes. That's what I call these. Even in all throughout the world, on every continent, where there is a message like this to be told, is being destroyed. The only things that stay intact. Oh, I don't have to tell you that. You already know. So let me go to the next. Image. Okay. Pause. Click out. The body of a turtle. There's this eye socket. Here's his head. His body laid out flat on the land. And all of the other creatures that are now since eroded shows us who we are. So what is this thing right here? I'll get to you with that in another image as soon as that comes up. It's my position that this here is showing you through the body of the turtle emerged these existences. And I'm going to show you something else about that as well too. On how there are people that know this knowledge and are catering to you through their artwork. Okay, there's the gill man creature right there. And we're going to pause. There's the gill man creature. This creature appears, look, you see the neck? You see the lines in the neck? Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind right there. You see the neck, the accordion neck? See the mouth, the eyes? You see this? Okay. I'm going to take you to, let me keep going. I'm going to bring you back to that. And remember that image, the accordion neck. Because I'm going to bring that, I should exit out. And matter of fact, I'm going to exit out right now and take you to that. I'm going to take you to that. Hold on. I'm going to take you to that image. Hold on. Because there's some good stuff going on here today, people. I'm going to show you some good stuff here. Let me take you. Hold on. All right. I'm going to come back to that. I'm going to take you to that accordion neck. Okay. There it is there. Did I not put eyes on that? I thought I put eyes on that. Why I do not have eyes on? I didn't upload the image. I uploaded it, but all right, I have to show it to you here. I thought I put eyes on this. That gill creature, let me bring this in closer. I'm going to have to let you see with me. I thought I spray painted eyes on this, and I thought matter of fact, let me keep looking. Because I could have swore that I put eyes on this. Well, oops. I could have swore that I put eyes on this. All right. Let me go large. I hope that I find that image. All right. Pause. Okay, look. Here, people. That gill man is right here. My friend Kris had found this first. There's the eye. There's the lips. There's the bottom lip. There's the top lip. And I can bring you in closer to see that. Right there. The accordion neck is right in here. There's another head right next to it. The one that I told you had that wheel in its eye right there. Which I'm stating that is another Olmec head wearing the shell of the turtle. This being here. Now look at this reptile's head right here. There's the mouth. There's a left nostril. Oh, the left nostril, right now. The eye socket is here. There's an eye socket. There's another head here. And there's another creature in here. Tooth. You see that? Heads, people, in the body of a turtle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 heads that are shown that could be legible, that can be read. So Google this image. And this one here stand out the most to you because you can see the face of the serpent, of the snake. There's the indentation at the center point, the eye, the mouth, and the nostril. This head right there. And then there's that gill man. There's the eye, and I sprayed an eye in there. Right here. Here he is, right here, with his gill-like sides and everything. All of that is right there. His mouth and his face, and that flap hanging down right here. There's his bottom chin. There's the ruffles in the neck, the accordion neck, and then there's the other head there. All this, people, are in there, and that's what ancient history is truly about. Now I'm going to go to. Let me go to the next image and see where I'm at with explaining it. All right, there's my turtle. All right, we've seen this one. This is the turtle back that I actually told you about. There's the diamond cuts in there. People, this is undeniable stuff. Look. And then with the Olmec head that I showed you that was in there, that's a nail in the coffin. And they're wearing these helmets. It's a wrap. It's a wrap after that. There's the accordion neck that I showed you on that creature. This here was there on that creature, and that enlarged eye socket was there in that round head. The only difference is the lips, and the creature it actually had the lizard lips on the rocks. I mean, these were well-defined, crusty lizard lips that was on the Winnemucca rock structure. So when you go back to look in Google images on that, see this being all of this right here, indicating that through the body of these reptiles came these reptilian beings. There's another turtle there, indicating those squares that I showed you that was in the stone. All of this stuff is there. shown. Google the images on that. Here is China folk art. And you know what gets me about this? Let me pause. You know what gets me about this? Is that there are people that shows what's going on. Because I have a video here that you must check out, a must-see video on Angkor Wat. Where in the Angkor Wat building, in the eaves of the building, what is there? Created, the entire eaves on both sides are shown in large bodies and lifelike size, like that other images of turtles and their heads emerging out to create the peaks, a triangular peak. In their body, the shell of their body is the eave that runs the length of the building. And I'm talking about something huge, people. The shell of the turtle. Then their necks come out and stretch up the peak of the building to create a triangle up on top. See my video on Angkor Wat. Because the Cambodian people are signifying they too were bridged through the genetic alterings of that through the body of the turtle. Which is a story, a mythical story there as well. And here I found for the first time ever in the building of Angkor Wat, in the glyph, there's a glyph, a legible glyph in the entire building. See my video, people. That where through the shell of the turtle, the genetic bridging of the turtle, came the images of man. And you know, it's amazing that the Olmec people and the Cambodian people, that they have that look about them with the turtle. There is there's a connection there with the turtle. Has anybody ever realized that? And here they're in a man with his son in the body of a turtle, happily smiling. Go figure that, people. Oh, you can't see this image here. They didn't let me bring this up, but if you get a chance, Google soft shell turtle in America, or just soft shell turtle. What I'm telling you that happened and what took place with these genetic bridgings with mankind and animal kind, reptiles and all of that. Not only did mankind put these genetics in their body, but what they did is they ran it back into the creatures that they ran these genetics back into the creatures that they genetically cross-referenced themselves with. So, if what I'm stating is true, then evidence of this to show up, because it's not a process that shows results immediately. I'm talking like 400, 500 plus years later, sometimes up to 1,000. The results of all of this, they pop up. So, when you Google soft shell turtles, you will begin to notice that these turtles have a uncanny and look to them about looking like something like the faces of humans. Not looking like turtles no more. So, this turtle, 400 to 1,000 years ago, was subjected to a same genetic manipulation chemistry, a cauldron-like process that not only genetic itself being, but those that actually engage this process, this practice with this animal, this manipulated genetic manipulation process. So the turtle in itself is changed as well. How else can you explain this? Not only that, we have sharks, which we came from. If you Google sharks with legs, you will see that there are sharks that was affected by this process. These mutations, these amphibious looking animals were messed with by those that have been conducting these manipulative experiments all along. And they know the true origins of mankind and how mankind came to be. Now, pause. You know, this is an art. Look at this. This is not made to look like, this is made to insinuate the shell of a turtle. This is the raven. The raven is indigenous of what is it, North or South America, one of the other, no, North America, and the turtle. This artist cleverly puts this reverse pot turned over, the cauldron. This would represent down here the bottom of the turtle. Look how this cut, people. Look. So the raven is telling you now, this is where they're at with this, people, that the genetic process that happened here with these beings who manipulated the genetics themselves genetically with the turtle, manipulated themselves and manipulated the turtle genetically. Those that know the cult-like message, the secret behind this, is telling us now that the raven has genetically capped that process. So we have it 400 plus years later, stating that the mythical story behind the raven now is a true one, because it's showing you that the raven have captured these genetics, and now this is the creature to watch for. And these are how these processes are going from continent to continent. So if you Google the mythical legends of the raven in America, and about how little boys wouldn't eat, and all of this, that, and the third, and how the raven took their intestines out and transformed them into a bird, and this, that. What is this is saying, people? That remember when I told you about this process of civilization of people, the Olmecs and others in China, that took and genetically altered themselves, embodied themselves with the turtle, and also not in contaminating themselves, genetically contaminated the turtle? The mythical story about the raven caps that. This raven here is showing you that those genetics were captured, bridged over. Now the new story, genetic story, the contamination process begins with me. Follow the story behind this, and this makes sense to you. Next, here's turtles mating. Again, I brought this out for the shell because the Olmec people, imagine them having this embodiment of the shell on their head, all of this gear hanging down, the turtle head is already there, and don't look at this as the look at the Olmec head as being, and look at the turtle as this as being a turtle penis wrapped around into, from the other way, into the Olmec's ear. And all of this is representing the side facial stuff of the Olmec man, that of the helmet. Just look at it, people, for yourself. This flapped over sideways flat is the Olmec helmet. This here, instead of let's turn this around and let's turn this is the turtle's head, let's turn it into turtle penis, or you can even use the turtle's head if you don't want to be perverted minded like I am. And you spin this around and go take the turtle's head into the Olmec's ear. Let's use the head instead of the penis, but we know that the genetics come from the penis. And the turtle's head is extended over past the leg into the Olmec's ear, and now the Olmec and the turtle are one. And this is what is the message, the symbolic message behind all of the hats that the Olmec people are wearing. Again, this is the bottom of a turtle. Look at this. Imagine this. Customly made, going down in the front of the Olmec people between the eyes. You ever notice that in the front of the Olmec helmets that they have on, that these points can actually be realized? Not only on just them, on a lot of helmets. Imagine that folded down. The message, the symbolic message that anyone that is wearing the helmet, which is describing, they're wearing the genetics of this creature. Oh, here's look at this, people. This is a goodie. Here's the face of a turtle. Hold on, let me bring this in large. This turtle has, oh gosh, what are we doing here? Can we go back? Oh gosh. Yeah, let me. Hey, I'm gonna call you right back, Kris. I'm in the middle of making a video. All right. Let me go back. I'm gonna go back. Back. Okay, right there. And pause. People, this is a face of a soft shell turtle. Look at this. Look at the eyes. Look at the nose. Can I bring that in closer for you people? Look at that. Tell me when you look at that you do not think a mutation of that with a human. That's the face of a turtle, people. Tell me, in all honesty, that you do not look at that for what it is. Tell me that doesn't look like a face of a crossbreeded turtle with a face of a human being, like I just now told you. That face, them genetics in this face can be created by an ancient king of the Olmec people, an ancient king of the ancient China dynasty. This could be the face of an ancient Maya king. Through the cross-contamination of these genes, all of the stories in our world can be linked in this way that I'm describing. And this is just a part of it. I'm going to go to next. Here, pause. Here, people. Oh, damn it. Back. Pause. Okay. Look at this, people. This is the underbelly of a turtle. In fact, if you look at that, to be totally honest with you, I'm looking at it now. You know what that underbelly of that turtle looks like? Look at this. Look at this here. But you know what and it's showing you that the underbelly of the turtle is identical to bone structure in that of a baby. That's what that's showing you. A comparison. I wonder why is that? I wonder the hell why is that? But check this out, people. How this uncanny this looks. You know what this looks like? This looks like the top of a head of a person. And with the way this turtle shell is off to the side, looks like a person's hair, like they lost their hair all here. And this is the little hair on the sides which people we see that goes around. And these here almost create eyes and a nose area. Folded down, you have an eyes and nose. Look at that. Look at the comparison between a reptile and that of a child being made. You see the linking connection here, people? This is not just in this is in everything that is about us. I can attach us, every human part to us, to that of the creatures from which we were bridged through and evolved through. Next. Again, these are two turtles of obviously having sex. And I did this to show you how the bodies are on these beasts and that rock structure. Imagine this turtle in larger than life size. Laid out, look at the eye, look at the mouth on that Winnemucca Winnemucca Lake rock art. Imagine this body of this turtle laid out in stone, and he has all of the bodies of the Mayan people, and even in the back here where the leg belongs, there's a Mayan's head coming out here, showing you the embodiment there. And all of these other creatures that are shown that was bridged through the turtle to cause for the likeness of the man. And not only was mankind contaminated, but the turtle as well. Certain turtles. And if you look around, the mutations are starting to surface. You know why? Because it is time. It takes 400 to 500 to 1,000 years for the process to show. Here's a skeleton. Hold on. Here's a skeleton of a turtle. And when I showed you in that Winnemucca rock structure, this is exactly what I was showing you. The enlarged eye socket of a turtle, the snout, the entire head of the turtle could be realized. When you Google those images of that rock art, look at the images. You will see this head there. No one has never said before this, people. There's our gill man again. This is why images like this resonate with us, why we're fascinated like this. And it's amazing how Hollywood can take shows like this and cater to us. People that know behind the scenes, the producers, those that create the idea behind this, they already know. They know who we genetically are. They build and found their success on this ancient hidden knowledge about our ancestors and how we genetically came to be. And then they commercialize it back to us in the form of creatures that you become fascinated with because you feel some kind of connection to this beast, because you know why? It's your ancestor. Here's another piece of folk art, and it's from China. And again, this is a piece of a turtle back, and look how, in fact, it looks like it's broken. It's supposed to be jade. It looks like it's broken because look at this. Look how there is a person here. Look how the feet is there. And then look here. There's reptilian. There's the turtle legs right there. There's the turtle feet. There's the turtle legs. Look, there's the turtle's body. And the jade is broken. So this was an ancient artifact. And you know why it's broken? Because it shows you that, oh, this is the inside of a turtle back. You know what the reason why the heads are broken off of it? Because you know what it's showing you? Like in all broken ancient artifacts, you know what it is, that this turtle had a human head and this human body had a turtle head. That's why it's broken and missing. All ancient artifacts are missing their heads and noses, aren't they, people? That's the reason why through my paranormal experience and encounter, I can speculate that this turtle's body, because this turtle's shell is showing you that they were together, laying in the turtle's shell, simulating that this is the turtle's bed, and through a genetic manipulations which insinuates sex or genetic exchanges, the turtle is here on the human, and the human is here on the turtle. So this would have had a human's head on the turtle, and the human body would have had the turtle's head. And this is why stuff like this is broken and destroyed. It's all through ancient Egypt, all through ancient China, all through ancient Angkor Wat, all through ancient Americas. Such artifacts are destroyed by our first explorers, who took and changed this into an ancient rooted religion and an ancient rooted royalty, a guise under worship, to where you have to worship them because you don't know who your creator is. Here's where I put the eyes on the Olmec. Pause. And this is a larger than life picture. I like this. There's the bottom lip of the Olmec. There's the cleft lip in the top. I put black marks in the nostrils. There's the nostrils. There's the eyes. And this guy has the embodiment, the turtle shell, his forehead in here, showing you through the body of the turtle came the Olmec man, and this explains their headgear. So, assuming that this is backed by the turtle's behind, let's give the penis coming out and wrap it around and going in that guy's ear. The two back legs coming out creates the helmet, and this is why the Olmec's headgear appears as it does. Come on, scientists, where are you at? You gonna jump on board with me or what? There's, without my markings, you can see the face there, people. Look at that Olmec head. Look at that. Shell of turtle, head of Olmec, Olmec face, Olmec head. Look, people, it's saying, I'm an Olmec, and I have on the embodiment of the shell of the turtle. Because I came from the turtle, I'm wearing my helmet, which signifies that I am part turtle genetically and part mankind. Huh. Another turtle. There's another turtle's helmet. And I'm probably running out of time here. We have 51. I got to start closing this video. Oh, you got to see this. Another mutation of a turtle, people. Can you see that face on that turtle? Look at that amphibious turtle there. People, this is another soft-shelled turtle. Looking like a cross between a croc and one of our ancient ancestors, which you know nothing about. But look at how these creations came, people. Look at that amphibious turtle there. Look at that. Look at that thing. It's a cross between a croc, a person, and itself. Ask yourself, where in the hell did this come from, except for where I described? This is a genetically manufactured and created being caused from the creation of genetic manipulation in an ancient cult-like ritual that where mankind interjected these creatures, our ancient ancestors, with genetics not only of themselves, but they took genetics and put them back into these creatures and into themselves. And it all was a process created to further all genes further away from that of our ancient African, ape, African, and Asian ancestors, which calls for the creations and likenesses of all of these other beings and creatures. There is no Darwin theory here. This is a targeted process where there were genuine experiments with mankind's being going on and animal kind being. And this is the result. I'm going to click through this real fast. I don't want to. I think that might be it with my turtles. Let me escape out. And I think that's it. I think that I covered all bases. Look at that, people. I'm going to end it here. I thought I had the eyes on here. In fact, can I open that up? Yeah, I can open that up right before your eyes. Let me open this. I'm going to close it. I'm going to open it with paint. And I'll put some eyes on there right quick for you so you can see. This is, let me go over, hold on. Can I get it to come over? Alrighty. Okay. I'm gonna put some eyes on that creature right fast. I'm gonna get that reptilian man some eyes so you can see what I see. I'm right there at the eye, people, right there. In fact, let me go white and then go green. I'm gonna give it an eye. I'm right there at the eye with my spray can. That's one squirt. There's two squirts. Now I'm going to give it a touch of green. You see that? Right there? There it is. This is the face. This is the mouth. And the accordion neck. Here's the accordion neck. There's the lips, the crusty lips of that creature. Look at how over the top lip right here, people. Because this is the parted mouth. Look how the top creates the scales like of that creature right there. Look at that. I'm going to bring that in closer. And then I'm going to close the video out there. Okay. I'm right there and on there. Look at the rock, people. Look at the parts in the lips. There's the mouth is right here. Clear as day. The parting lines in the lips, everything in that creature. Here's the accordion neck. Here's the gills that come over top of the top of lip. Here, there's the eye, and that creates the whole head. There's another creature there next to it, which I'm telling you is that of an Olmec creature or being. There's like a star here in this location here, which I have just, and with almost like a point on it. I got to identify that right there. But this again, people, is a head. And over here as well, look at this creature here. In fact, look, are you there? Oh yeah, you're there with me. Look at this, people. The mouth, the top lip, the bottom lip, the nose, the eye, the head of a lion creature right there. Look at that. Right here. The whole face, the nose, the nostril, the opening for the nose, the eyes there. Look at that, people. Are you with me? And then if you go back, you come out of that, and you go down here, there's heads of serpents. And I'm not going to go into that right now. I thought I actually had brought them in, but I'm going to close that out because I gave you your gill, man. And these reptiles, these reptilian men, I'm going to push don't save. I don't want to save that. There you go there. All of these people are heads. Here, here. There's an eye, there's an eye, there's a nose, there's a nose. Look, all through here. All of these stone structures identify who we genetically are. And all of those early explorers that went to these locations, they knew what they were looking for. That's why when they went to, I'm calling you out, the Great Britons, all ancient royalty, ancient rooted religion. This is why they hunted down and destroyed and disbanded the Knights Templar. The Knights Templar, look at the story of the Knights Templar. They threatened to expose Christianity for what it truly was. If the Knights Templar knew what I'm telling you that they knew, how mankind was created and what was going on about the genetic bridgings and manipulations, then wouldn't that be enough to hunt them down and kill them in the middle of the night? If you didn't want the people to know all of this, who you were, because people, religion is power. Royalty is power. These people do not have no power when you know this. Their power only comes from your belief in something that is far more higher. If you understand that everything you are is right here and other locations similar to that in our world, then they have no control over you. My name is Gerone Wright. This is why images like this here, they don't make no sense. People, why would somebody create an image of the gill man, the creature from the Black Lagoon, or any of them, holding Wonder Woman? Yeah, well, it makes sense now. You know why? Because this creature actually existed. We were bridged over that creature. And this creature is showing you that through his body came those of American people. and other people of our world. This creature is saying, I am American. And he's holding up the red, white, and blue of her. And ironically, not only does it have the star and the shields and all of that, it also even has the golden leaf from that of what? Greece, Rome. You see, people, you have to understand the real true meanings behind these messages. And then they all of a sudden, everything makes sense to you. I'm going to end my video there. And, oh, there's the turtle head. Remember I showed you the skeleton of the turtle? Let me see if I can bring that up, and then I'm going to end out. I'm going to exit out after this. And let's pause. See the eye? The chin, the mouth here. This is the head area of the turtle. You see that? And this is a representation, almost like a totem pole. Like I told you, all of those this is erosion now, people, at this point. It's eroded away. But this is showing you that through the pineal gland of this beast came these existences, emerged up. These existences are erected. And that's a better word, penis, erection, get it? Erected. These creatures, all of the ones that I just previously stated. My name is Gerone Wright. And, I got to go out of here because I done went over my time. I'm out.